I've got my own thoughts on what we might do with gun control. But first, I want to let you guys know that there's no such thing as an assault rifle. All right, guys. Welcome. Welcome back to Weekly Willy Nilly. We're probably going to do, several different episodes about this topic because it's just so broad and there's so much misinformation out there and it's been argued to death. And, I've got my own thoughts on what we might do with gun control. But first, I want to let you guys know that there's no such thing as an assault rifle. It's not in the vocabulary of firearms. Everyone thinks an AR-15 is an assault rifle. It's not. A lot of people argue that the assault weapon ban in 2004 is what caused the explosion of mass shooting. Mass shootings were happening before that. What was some of the criteria to ban an assault weapon? Collapsible stock. Soldiers are different sizes. Somebody's arm could be longer than the other. If it had a bayonet thingy, like a lug for a bayonet, that was considered an assault rifle or an assault weapon. Do a little bit of research. There's really no such thing as an assault weapon. I think everything that's a weapon is an assault weapon. Some people argue that it's fully automatic. Some people argue that it's semi-automatic. Some people argue that it's fully automatic with burst fire capabilities. I am not a huge fan of fully automatic weapons. Personally, I don't care to own one, but you can for $20,000 to $30,000. So, what are the arguments for gun control? Let's ban AR-15s. Why? Guns don't kill people, right? People kill people. Another one is ban semi-automatic weapons. Another one is ban high-capacity magazines. A lot of this stuff is easily made. I know guys, and mind you, I'm in Appalachia. I know guys that can make a magazine out of some stuff from Home Depot or some stuff from Lowe's. I don't know how they do it. It's not me. I ain't doing it. But, they can make their magazine hold as many as they want. Are you really going to track that down? I don't think so. So now that we know there's no such thing as an assault rifle or an assault weapon, whatever you want to say, and assault weapon bans don't work, and if you're trying to take guns away from people, it's not going to be a good thing. That's kind of tyranny. A little bit. Okay, so let's talk about the Second Amendment, because that's probably one of the biggest arguments I see and have heard and have had used against me. People assume since I'm a lesbian and I'm a female and, not a Republican, people assume that I'm right there with them. I want to ban guns. I want to take their weapons and I want to do this and do that. No. So the Second Amendment. What was the Second Amendment put in place for? 3 reasons. The first reason, to be called upon to put down civil insurrections. Second and third, we'll just lump those together. Basically to kill government, foreign and domestic. If we need to back up the military against foreign government or whatever the case may be, if our government decides to pull some crazy stunts, we can, as the people, as the whole militia, rise up and take care of that. We can't just squash that. I just don't think that it's a good idea to not protect that Second Amendment. What happens, let's just take prohibition for an example. What happens when they banned alcohol? There was a void in the market, right? People gonna drink. People gonna do what people gonna do. Banning things especially probably won't work in the firearms area simply because if it's an illegal gun, it's like half the price or a tenth of the price. Like, ridiculous. You want a machine gun? $2,000 to $4,000. Much, much less than legally obtaining a fully automatic weapon and less paperwork. What happens when things are banned? It creates a void. Somebody's going to fill that void. And it's usually the less desirable factions that fill that void. And then boom, you've got firearms in the hands of people that you don't necessarily want to have firearms. So what do? This is where it's probably going to get a little controversial for a lot of people. We all know who those gun-toting Second Amendment, don't tread on me, come take it from my hands type people. We all know who those are, especially in this area, Appalachia. We all know what their social media looks like. If you don't, let me break it down. In my area, they probably have Confederate flags. Maybe they have their plate carrier on like their bulletproof vest looking thing, and then boom, they've got their AR-15 up to their shoulder, and they're manly men. We know those type. I know those type. And it's probably not easy hearing that from an Appalachian lesbian, but I'm saying it anyways. Where do you think these kids are obtaining these weapons from? From mom, dad, uncle, somebody's gun case? And what's the first response from those type of people about the kid that just shot up the school? They usually say they need more discipline. They just needed more discipline. They just needed a good beat down. In my personal opinion, these firearms, these tools, are no longer tools. They are absolutely a symbol of masculinity, and not the good kind. Masculinity to me is integrity, honor, things of that nature, not how big your gun is. Back to what do we do? The only really thing that I can think about is this is not going to solve any of it. First and foremost, we have to raise better people, and we have to ditch this whole masculinity garbage. This firearm does not make you a man. We can absolutely raise the minimum age from 18 to 21. Biggest argument, Billy Bob ain't going to be able to hunt no more. Really? Billy Bob's been hunting since he was 12. Another argument is, if he can go off to war and get shot at, and then he can't come home and buy a gun? Sorry. I think we need to focus more on getting these young men help, making sure that these men are taken care of when they get back home. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of those things. The only thing that I could possibly say that it could affect, and it's a risk that we may just want to take, is say somebody moved out immediately when they were 18 years old and they don't have the ability to purchase a firearm for home defense. It's the only true downside that I can see to that. It's very valid, but let's weigh it out here. If that 18-year-old kid that's still in high school can just walk in anywhere and purchase an AR-15 for $500-600, 21, the frontal lobe may have cooked a little bit more, could have grown up a little bit more, wouldn't be killing over such trivial things. And that takes me back to the gun-toting, killing type. The ones that think their gun is what makes them a man. We all know those type. Where do you think these kids get ideas to kill for such trivial circumstances? We got to get it together. So yeah, basically raising the minimum age to 21, I feel is it's a good move. It's not going to solve the problem. So in my personal opinion, it is absolutely a social or cultural problem. We got to raise better people. So now that I rattled some cages and made some people mad, know that I care. If you need somebody to talk to, just shoot me a message. I appreciate all the support. It's been great. It's been really fun. It's been therapeutic. It's been a lot of things for me. And I really, really appreciate this platform and everyone that has subscribed and liked and commented. I love it. And let's keep it going. I love a conversation. I love to learn. School me. Tell me all about it. So like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Spotify, weeklywillynilly.com. You can find all of my social media there on weeklywillynilly.com. So, again, there's no such thing as an assault weapon.